Here's the link right here. If any one of his supporters want to come in and verify this, I'm right here. All right, take care. On it, that's happening. So he entered your dream, CM. Here's the link right here. If any one of his supporters want to come in and verify this, I'm right here. And shit, if I was him, if I get out of this, I'll be on one way ticket out of this country. I'll be out of here, yo. For real, I'll be out. Give me my passport and let me go. He entered your dream, CM. Damn, that's crazy. He entered your dreams. Damn, what happened? You said they want us to keep thinking of this, Max. Keep saying it. Watch out. Oh, to do some type of ritual for everybody. Keep saying it. No, I'm not saying it because the paperwork online is telling me something different. It's not telling me he's out. Hold on. See him trying to come in. Hold on. See him. See him.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Yeah. What do you?
Yeah,
So he came to you in your dreams.
I'm gonna tell you this, and you know what? The reason why that I have so much respect for you, Max, is that you have an open mind. You have an open mind, and you allow people to talk, and you really listen, and you don't judge people that are on your show. And this is why I really don't. It's like I have zero tolerance for. I've had other people online that I've went on their page and stuff like that, and I've said things, and they started off good in the beginning, and
Mhm.
then they turned out to just be like so confrontational and so aggressive. And I'm like, listen, this is my story. Do you think that I have time to make these things up? The first thing they want to say is you're crazy. The second thing that they want to say is that you're on drugs or you're drinking alcohol or something. Like, these people don't understand. This is a huge universe out here. There are galaxies. There's things that we don't even know about, and you get clues and things from the spiritual world. My mom told me when I was a child, I was her bicentennial baby. She told me that I was born with a veil over my eyes. I'm not making this stuff up. Like, it's a lot of things that I don't share with people for the simple fact that they're so close-minded. But I do share things with my family, with certain individuals. But Max, since I like stumble, I don't even know how I stumbled on your page. From day one, like, you were like, you listen and you respect it. And that's why I continue to follow you, continue to come on your page. And even up to this day, to right now in this day and time, I'm going to tell you once again. And the thing is, I've heard other people, ever since I let out my stuff, people are coming on your page saying the thing that I told you last month. He does trans clairvoyance. He knows how to travel. This man knows how to go into your dreams. I know how to travel, and I don't even, like, it's like we don't know. Like, they call us the chosen ones, or they call us it's another name. They call us the indigo children. We don't know we have these things. We just know that something is a little bit different from us than other people. And when we have our experiences, the most time we keep it to ourselves, because we know what people are going to try to do because they've tried it before. So when I started to listen to other people now on the internet saying the chosen ones and this and that, I'm like, that's me. That's what happens to me. That's what's going on. But like what I told you last month, now I'm hearing everyone coming to your channel and they're telling you, I was at his home. He came to me. I went to him. This is what happened. That is what happened. So if you want me to start, tell me where you want me to start with the latest thing that I've experienced with him in the dream world.
Um, yeah, I mean, what have you experienced?
Okay, so the latest thing, I'm going to start with the last thing.
Okay.
The last thing, and then I'll go back. Maybe you could remember what I told you before. So the last thing that I experienced was that I went to sleep. This was like a good maybe 2 weeks ago. And I came home from work, did my chore errands, whatever. And then I went to sleep. It was in the evening. And all of a sudden, I was right in front of his home. And he was like literally like, for some reason, like I was just there. Like I was there. There was a car there, and then he was just outside with other people, and he was with his people on one side, and it's like I was on my people on the other side.
Mm.
If he was standing in front of me, so that would mean he would be towards my right, and I was towards the left, but he was standing directly in front of me, and the house was towards the right. So we were standing right directly in front of the house, but just imagine me in front of him, and he's like on the opposite side of me facing the house. So he was like, "Hey, what's up? How's it going?" And it seemed like it was a party night, but it wasn't really a party night. It was just like an introduction night. Like we were like meeting each other, and there were other people there. And he was like, "Hey, how's it going?" He's like, "Look, can I ask you a question?" I was like, "Yeah, you can." He's like, "Yo, you like me?" And I looked at him, I was like, "Well, I don't hate you, so yeah, I do." He was like, "Nah, I mean, do you like me? Like me?" I was like, "Well, I don't know you, so I can't." He's like, "Nah, you like me." I was like, "Well, I can't say I hate you." And he was laughing. He's like, "Nah, you like me." And then he walked up to the side. He said, "I'll be right back. Don't worry, just stand there." And see, the thing is that in that part of my dream, he was so charismatic. He was so down to earth. He didn't have an aggressive bone in his body. He was just saying like, "Welcome to my home. Like, y'all here now. I just want to introduce, but you like trying to tell me like you're gonna like me. I know you like me. You just not admitting now." Like he has this charismatic way about him. So that's what I got from that dream. All right, now the one before that,
Mm.
it was 2 weeks before that. I ended up somewhere. It was in a building. I didn't know where I was at, but wherever I was, it was like a saving place, and it was an ATL. Mind
Mm.
you, I've been in Atlanta once, and I was in Atlanta like probably 7 years ago. So I don't really know Atlanta like that. I was just there like, so I was in a building. Ifuru, Ifuru.
Right.
She ended up in my arms. So it's like in a baby position, like she was sitting on my lap and I was hugging her, and she was just there like numb, like she was just done out of it, like she was ready to tap out. And I was just rocking her back and forth, and I was like, you can leave. And I was counseling her, and I was telling her, "Listen, we're here for you. We could get you out of here. Don't worry about it." And I was doing that for a while. I was there a good 45 minutes, hour, and then boom, it was like we heard an engine, and before you know it, she jumped up off my lap and ran. She ran, and I didn't even have enough time to catch her because it was so quick and random. Like she ran back to the house. Okay, a couple 2 months, well, a month or so before that, that's when I stumbled on your page and I told you the dream I had, where
Right.
my spirit went into his home, and I was asking for Malia. And I kept saying, "Where's Malia? Where's Malia?" And they were like, "Well, this is what you got to do when you get here. We got to take you upstairs. We got to go through your things to make sure that you say you are. We're going to put your things away, and we're going to get you." Like they were trying to like walk me through what the process was. So I trusted them. So they were unpacking my bags, and I had duffel bags. I didn't even have a suitcase. I remember I had duffel bags, and I had
Mm-hmm.
zippers. So they were zipping down my zippers. They took me up. They took me around to the back of the side of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I went upstairs, and I remember going into the top room, like in a side, and they had me there in the room, and they were all coming back. All I remember seeing is Aya, Ifru, and Zoka. I never saw Malia. I never saw her. That's why I kept asking for her. So they had me in the room, and they were like, "Unpack your things," and then Aya was there, and then Ifru and Zoka disappeared. Aya was there. She was prepping me. She was like, "Listen, your stuff is gonna be here, da 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 da." And then they had something going on downstairs afterwards when I got settled in. So I went downstairs to like find out, what was going on, because there was stuff going on. So I kept saying, where's Malia? Where's Malia? And then the party started up. Like they had the music going, they were
Mm-hmm.
drinking and stuff. So I got caught up in that. And before you know it, something told me, "Go upstairs." So when I went upstairs, I started looking, my stuff was like disheveled, shattered all over. Like somebody ransacked my stuff and robbed me. I kept saying, where's my passport? Where's my ID? Where's this and that? And I kept saying, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they robbed me. And then in my voice, it was like, why did you go there? Why did you go? I was like, oh my God, that's what they do to people. Like my stuff was kept, like I didn't have my passport, I didn't have my ID, I didn't have my bank card. Like, it was like I was in a mix. And then all of a sudden, Malia appeared. And I was like, Malia, oh my gosh, there you are. Like, I was asking if and then she flipped on me and Aya popped up. She's like, what you talking about? You was looking for me. You was looking for me for what? I don't know what you was looking for me for. I'm good. And I was like, Malia, like, please, like, they got all my stuff. They got my, and she just flipped on me. And I was like, well, nobody took nothing. You need to check your stuff even more. And it's like, I was like almost like in a dollhouse. And everything was going in circles. And I was like, what is going on? And I started trying to run, but I couldn't run because the doors are blocked off. And that was another dream I had. And then another dream I had, he came up to me. I ended up in the house again, and we were downstairs in the back. So for some reason, the back area is where they have the like that water and the pond and all that stuff. So he was like, do you like me? And I said, yes. I said, I don't hate you. But what I really want to know what's going. He was like, nah, you love me. And he was trying to come on to me and he kissed me. And I was like, no. And then all of a sudden we faded. So yeah, tell me, like, you can't make this stuff up.
When did you have this dream?
I had that dream about him. This was months ago. He kept coming to me in my dream. He kept telling me, do you like me? He was like, nah. It's like he kept trying to convince me in my dream that I liked him. And I kept saying no, but then he kept trying to pull me back in. And then when I had the one with Malia and that with the house, I could tell you when I had that dream. I could tell you exactly when. It was the week before he got arrested. Because I'm going to tell you why. When they raided his house, I had that clairvoyance dream that I was there and Malia, I was looking for her and all that. That happened the week before he got arrested. I'm going to tell you how I know. Because it's a woman on YouTube called Sugar Babe. Sugar Babe. She talks about them 24/7. I was on her channel trying to tell her about the dream that I had. And she had another person working with her that had a wrench that was saying, we don't want to hear that now because you mixing up the vibe. And I was like, ma'am, I've always been on Sugar Babe channel and I know she respects me. And we talk about other things. We were talking about Nature Boy in the beginning when we were talking about Velvet and when they were in Mexico. And that was years ago. So I was like, Sugar Babe, I'm not Sugar Babe. I told the woman, I said, you don't know me. So for you to be disrespectful to me on her channel, telling me I'm bringing down a vibe, why are you talking about Nature Boy? Because that doesn't make sense to me. Because you wouldn't be talking about him now if that's bringing down your vibe. I'm talking now to you because I've said he's infiltrated my dreams. And there were many of people talking on Sugar Babe channel saying the same thing happened to them. So why are you saying that to me tonight? Why? I'm telling you what happened to me. And other people said it on her channel. So after that, there was another lady that she's always circulating the stuff that's happening. And she started off back in the day when this thing was happening. We was in Mexico and she came out, she said, Nature Boy came to her too in the dreams. And now listen, Max, I've heard mad people telling you now he's coming to their dreams. Am I lying?
Man, that's crazy.
Am I lying? And all you do is listen. As a commentator, you listen, you don't judge, you say, you know what? I've heard about transvoyance experience. I've had my own experience, so I can't knock you. So, I respect everybody's platform. But one thing that I'm not going to do is have someone make me out to be crazy and tell me my experience is not my experience when it is.
Well, that's your truth. I can't tell you that you
I have left my body. I know that for some reason, I am connected to the spiritual realm. Off the record, me and you could talk somewhere where we're not on this platform now, where I can tell you in depth, but I've had these experiences. I was little, okay? My mom, I told her, I woke up in the middle of the night and I told my mother, I said, Mommy, I said, my sisters are going to die tomorrow. And she said, what do you mean? I said, they're with my aunt tonight in Long Island and they told me goodbye. And they told me, don't cry. They're going to see me again. And no, this is not going to happen. My mother looked at me. She started praying. I swear to the Heavenly Father, she got up. My right hand is up. We were living at 1694 Madison Avenue. My mother got up and got the Bible and started praying. And she called my aunt that night. Let me tell you what happened the
You
next day.
said Madison in Manhattan?
Yes. And
Oh,
let
you
me
live
tell
on
you what
Madison
happened.
Avenue?
Yes.
Okay.
And my sisters were living with my aunt at the time in Long Island, Hempstead. And I had that dream that night that my sister was telling me goodbye. But being that my mother knew that I was the anointed one and I had that, I was the chosen one in the family. She believed me. My mother got up it was like 3 something in the morning. My mother got her Bible. I remember sitting in the living room. And in my mom's living room, there was mirrors everywhere on the wall because I always danced and I did ballet and all that. So my mom called my aunt and woke the house up. She said, listen, I need to speak to my daughters tonight. Chinere needs to speak to them. So my mom put me on the phone. I was crying. I told my sisters, please, whatever you do today, be careful. And I remember crying. And I'm going to tell you this. The next day, they went shopping at the mall. They forgot what I told them because when I spoke to them, it was 3 a.m. The next day, they were driving with my aunt from a mall in Hempstead. Somebody cut them off. Before they got in the car, my sisters told me they remember what I said, and they looked at each other. They said, put your seatbelt on. They told my aunt, put the seatbelt on. Remember what Chinere said last night? When they saw the house a couple of feet away. Somebody ran through the light, boom, hit the car. It swung around 3 to 4 times.
Wow. Luckily, they had their seatbelt on.
Exactly. So I'm saying people they gotta stop playing with this internet. You don't know who knows who and who knows what who's gifted with what. I'm not saying I'm psychic. I'm not saying that. I'm not gaining nothing. I don't even have a YouTube channel. But when you do have gifts and you do know certain things, the reason why we're here is to connect the dots.
Right.
And maybe my part is to connect the dots to say that it's very real. And that's all I'm saying. So people need to stop judging people and trying to make it seem like you're crazy.
Can I give you a little advice? Can I give you a little advice?
Yeah.
With social media, don't be too don't submerge yourself too much in social media and what people are saying. You got to take time to withdraw. You got to take, sometimes some people take a week, some people take 2 weeks. Take as long as you want to withdraw from social media. And I always tell people, because you were discussing about what people are saying, you're gonna, like, let me tell you something. I'm a content creator, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get hate every single day, but you gotta like put it in its proper perspective and like withdraw from it. You have to, because
Mm-hmm.
this is what it is, a social media experiment. Social media, it's an experiment. You gotta know when to cut it off, because it's a world within a world. Like,
Okay.
you're gonna have to cut it off. You're gonna have to, like, even if it's for like, start off cutting it off for like 24 hours and then up it to 48 hours and then up it to a week, and you're gonna feel better. And
Okay.
then you're gonna start to realize when you outside living your regular life, you're not gonna go through that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do believe in some people that when I have never astral project. I've heard people that have done it, but I don't know
Mm-hmm.
too much about it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I hear it a lot. And I know that Dick Gregory, you know who Dick Gregory
Yes,
is?
I do know who he is. Yes.
He mentioned it a lot about indigo children and how they travel in their sleep.
Yes, and I do. I'm not always do, and I'm the only one. My sisters told me they don't even do that. They don't know how to do that. And they look at me like, I'm telling you, like, please tell me more. And I have 3 sisters, and I'm the one that told you that one day my West Indian girlfriend from Jamaica, she was cleaning my home and she spent the night. And I was in Florida somewhere partying on a balcony, and she was cleaning. I saw everything. I was like,
Yeah.
my sister was there, and I came back, and then she was like, "How did you know?" I was like, first you swept me, took the broom out there. I told her everything. She's like, I kid you not, Max. She will tell you this story to this very day, and that is a hands down truth. Not everybody has it, but my sisters know because the stuff I tell them, I travel. I went to even different galaxies. Like I could tell you, there's all right where I was taken to one time. It was like through different. It's like when you pass like the realms of the earth. there's like 11 to 12 different stages. You keep going up, right? Keep going up and passing them. And as you keep going up, there's things happening up there. And then I was even taken to another room where I was just like, it was kind of like, I don't even know what planet I was on, but it was just, all I saw was like the beautiful pinks and the purples and the rays and stuff. And then I was even taken back in time, and I saw things, and I saw like the ancient people. And then I was taken across, like not everybody has that ability, but the people that do, we know it's real, because I saw myself leave my body and come back in. Are you kidding me? I was standing outside my body watching myself.
Yeah, I've
Like,
heard people say
come
that.
on, man.
hmm I've heard people say that. I've heard people say they had out of body experiences and all that stuff.
I've had it. I could tell you down to, I'm gonna drop this sacred thing with you. And the reason why, because it popped in my head, and I'm gonna leave you with this one.
Okay.
I remember when I was in Barbados, I was a little girl. My aunt was raising us at the time, because my mother just came to America to get her degree, and before she could bring us here, because my mom is from Barbados, my dad's from Nigeria. So my mom had us here, and it was a lot of struggle stuff going on. So we migrated back to Barbados, and we stayed with our aunt so she could raise us for 2.5 years. So they took us to the beach one day, and they forgot my floats. I was kind of like, maybe like, I would say 3 or 4 at the time, but I wanted to get into the water, because I saw like people out there playing, and I was sitting on the side, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna run out there. Maybe somebody was there and they took their eyes off of me for a second, but I ended up in the water. However, while I was under the water, I was like finding myself choking, and I heard a voice, and it said, stop moving, you're okay. And then it said to me, you're in a dream, you're okay, look at me. So I'm in the water, and I'm like 3 or 4, and I'm listening to this voice talking to me. So when I looked out of the water, I was inside already drowning. I looked up, I saw the light, and I saw like a figure talking to me. I knew it was a man, I just didn't know who it was. So the voice was telling me, calm down, you're all right, you're in a dream, just stop moving. And I stopped moving, and I calmed down, and everything got really like, it just felt like I was warm, like something wrapped me around, and like I was in a blanket in the water, under the water. And I stopped choking. All of a sudden, my nanny, she grabbed me and dragged me out. So they're pressing on me, they're doing this and doing that. And then I'm pointing towards the sky saying, who's that? Who's that man? Who's that man? Oh my gosh, my aunt started crying. Everybody's crying. I'm like, who's that? Because I was the only one that could see it. And I was at the time. So and I never forgot that to this day. The voice that spoke to me in the water when I was drowning, that saved my life. And number 2, the man that was standing there in a cloud that I kept pointing to. And they have a picture of me. They took a picture of me, and I'm sitting there looking at the sky, pointing, like, who's that? They took a picture of me from the side.
Wow.
Fast forward, I was in my 20s, and I was going out, hanging out one night, doing things we weren't supposed to be doing in Harlem. We ended up in the Bronx, me, my sister, and a couple of friends. We're getting out the train, we're a little bit saucy doing stuff, and I kid you not, everybody's running because everybody's going so fast, in those times, early 20s, we just, let's get to here, let's do this. We got out the train. It was an overhead train that we had to walk down the stairs. So the train is going to the north on one side, and then when you cross the street, the train is going to the left. So you have a overhead train that's going downtown on one side. The other side is going uptown. However, we get out. We start to cross. My sneaker come loose. Everybody's running. They don't know this. So I bent down to tie my sneaker. But when I got up, I ran. And when I ran into traffic, not looking, because I'm not aware. I kid you not. Something came out of the hemisphere. It came out, and the guy, to me, he looked silver. He had on silver armor. He had a sword. And it's like he ran down in space. If that makes sense, if you imagine somebody running down in front of you in air with invisible, no steps. He looked silver to me. He had he was just in armor. He was in armor. Like he was running down through thin air. So I looked up like, what? and I could see his eyes. The eyes were even silver. And I'm looking up, and the car said, "Ert!" It didn't even hit me because he came in the middle. So I'm looking up at him because now I can see him now. And I'm looking all the way up how great, like a giant this thing is. And I'm looking all, and then at the time, my sister and my friends on the other side, she like, what is going on? Come on, come on, come on. What is going on? So my head is going backwards, looking up like, what is this? And then when I turned around and looked down to the car, it was a red car. They were looking at me, looking up like, what are you looking at? Like, I had my hand on the car, like trying to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
That was an angel. That was my guardian angel that came in between me and the car. And I saw it. And my sister, they ran across. They're like, come on, what's going on? The car didn't move. No, traffic stopped. And my sister's like, what are you looking? I said, don't you see it? Don't you see it? Oh my gosh, he has on silver. He has and that's a true story. So the thing is, when I say things about witnesses, and that was back in the 90s.
That was back in the 90s. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me I gotta get back to the show.
Okay.
But,
just wanted to share that with you.
I appreciate you for sharing your story.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on and sharing your story. But remember what I said, sometimes you gotta take a break from social media.
Oh, I will. Tune out and then tune back in. Thank you, Max.
All right, take care.
Okay, bye.
All right.